Okay, welcome back to the Dare Raid, and we're on to the next position group in our review of spring ball, and that will be the running backs. A group that I am very excited about this year because there is so much talent in this group with a nice range of player profiles that I think are really going to complement each other going forward. Obviously, the big news out of spring has been that Chez Mellusi has participated a lot more than anyone could have anticipated this spring, especially when Luke Fickell said that he wasn't going to get much work this spring. He's gotten in there, he's gotten work done, and he has really solidified himself as the 1A back in the Wisconsin offense. I say 1A because Tawee Walker is going to push to get a lot of playing time because he just brings the thunder back in a spread offense body that this offense was missing last season. No offense to Braelon Allen, and I think he would be the first to admit that he was not a fit for the offense. They tried, out of respect to him, to give him as many reps as he could and to try to build the offense around him that could fit what he could do. But he was a square peg that they were trying to put into a round hole. Also didn't help that he was injured most of the season. So Tawee Walker comes from either a spread or an air raid background. He is a squat, strong body that can play inside and outside in the air raid offense. I think he's going to be a perfect complement to Chez, and I think they're going to play well off each other. And I think what that's going to allow Phil Longo to do is play the hot hand. And when you have two backs that can give you all the tools, even with slightly different playing styles, but they're all tools type players, it allows you to play the hot hand and who is playing better at the time. Last season, when both Chez and Braelon were healthy, you had two such contrasting players that it became more situational why they played and depth why they played. With Chez and Tawee, I think they're going to play off of each other. I think they're going to push each other. And I think it's going to be a dynamic group between those two. Which leads us to everybody else in the running back room. And again, all three of the players that I'm going to mention now bring something different. And that could really help the offense when going forward this season if we're missing something in the coming from the running back room. We have three different body types that we can get that from. So first we're going to look at the guys who are coming back from last year, Jackson Aker and Cade Yakimelli. Yakimelli has been getting a lot more run this spring. Again, he's the body type and he's the athletic ability that Phil Longo wants and that plays within the system. He was that dark horse that we were all talking about last year because we raved about his athletic ability. You saw him on the field last year and you could see he needed a lot of work at the running back position. He needed to get better. He was fundamentally a little bit off. His athletic ability couldn't quite carry him to the next level. By all accounts, he's taking a step, and you're hearing his name making big plays at practice a lot during this spring. So I expect to see his participation jump up quite a bit this season. Jackson Aker is your returning number 3 back. Again, another player who kind of doesn't quite fit what they're trying to do. It's too bad that Phil Longo didn't get him out of high school and turned a high school sprinter into a fullback like Paul Chris did, and maybe turn the sprinter into a true running back. But we're not going to dwell on that. Where Jackson Aker is going to get his reps is going to be returning to his fullback role. His body was morphed into a fullback. His running style has become more of a fullback. he's a fullback. And I think they're going to use him as a fullback this year. So whether that means spelling Riley Nowakowski as a wing, or maybe being used in some of those 13 personnel packages. When we go under center, obviously in the short yardage situations, if that group has improved this year, and who knows, he could be the fullback there. And he could also be your number 2 short yardage thunderback after Tui Walker. So Jackson's going to get some playing time. Obviously, last year he got a lot more due to injuries. So his carries and his numbers will probably go down this year just based on, hopefully, the health above him in the depth chart, but also where he fits in the roster. And then next, I've raved about this kid all year, and it sounds like he's exactly what as advertised, and that's Gideon Atuka, early enrollee, very key for him, coming in as the lowest rated in the three-headed monster that is the 24 recruiting classes running back room. It's a big opportunity for him to get in and get work. And obviously mostly with the threes, but you hear all of the words that you love hearing about his type of player. Runs like a bowling ball, hitting people. But as we heard over the weekend at the spring game, he was making plays in the open field and busting out big plays. So don't discount that squat body and assume he's only going to be a short yard between the tackles type kid. He's going to earn himself some reps. And if he can position himself to be a special teams guy, he could see the field early this year and get some reps. They might still position him to redshirt and limit some of his playing this year, but who knows? We'll see how the depth above him goes. Last, we'll talk about Nate White. I'll say it's good that he put on weight. You heard his name a little bit early in the spring. Haven't heard much of it afterwards. I think he's destined for the transfer portal. By the time this video comes out, I'm recording this on the 29th of April. He might already be in the transfer portal. If he's not, I give him credit for sticking through it, but I don't see playing time for him. He came in undersized. He put in the work, but he wasn't a fit for what they were trying to do going forward. And unfortunately, that seems to be a calling card with a lot of the guys that we had to kind of scramble to complete the 2023 recruiting class, and we kept those guys because it was too late to go get others. A lot of them aren't a fit for what Wisconsin football is going forward. So unfortunately, he might be in that category. All right, so there's the running backs. Next time, we're going to talk about the wide receivers and where we're looking for. Hopefully this group in the air raid offense is going to take a big jump this year. Let's see how the chips are falling and where we look after spring. So that will be next time. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.